So let's start the example from today. So first, this is my Scriptcase 9. I will log here. I have my Scriptcase hosted online. So this is a Linux version. I'm using here Windows, but since my Scriptcase is online, my web server is offering me a Linux server. So just for letting you know, I have here the release 0.23. Okay, so this is all the examples I'm going to show today. It's going to be available just if you have this release, just if you have your Scriptcase updated to this release. So it's important always to update your Scriptcase. We are always sending new features and improvements, corrections. Okay, if you saw the changelog, you saw that we have some very nice updates for this version. So the main one is the Fusion library, the Fusion charts library being added in a macro. So this implementation will unlock the library for you guys to use within the blank applications. What does it mean? So I'm going to open here my Scriptcase. I know that I have people with different levels. So I might have someone who don't know that we have the chart application and how to create. So I'm going to open a new project, but instead of opening a blank project, I'm going to import the samples. We always add the examples to this project. So I'm going to import here. When you import the sample, you can use your own database because we will deliver the applications and the database tables. So you can import these tables to your own database, or you can import to Scriptcase directory. So if you use here the default connection, we are going to create a DB file inside Scriptcase's directory. So let's generate here the source code. So inside this sample project, we have all the examples. You can go here to the website. Everything you see here inside this options, you can find all the examples inside this template. Okay, because people always ask, may I download this example from the website? Yes, you can download as well the systems. You can find there. So everything you find here when you create a new project is available for you to import and copy and use it as you need it. Okay, so we have already the sample. I'm going to open the project, and today's example is already there. I don't need to send you the code. You can find the application here inside programming folder. So this is the folder programming. If you go here, you will see maps. So this is the application we are going to see today. Okay, so we are using here FusionMaps to create this application, and we unlocked the library for you to use as well for all the types of applications, charts or maps. So first, just talking about a little bit about maps. As you guys know, we have this library. This is a powerful charts library. It's a JavaScript library we have behind Scriptcase charts. So when you go here to new application and create a chart application, this application is using from behind the Fusion charts library. So I will create here quickly just for you to understand. So this application allows you to create different types of charts, and you can go here and drag the fields to dimensions and metrics and generate a chart. So this is easy to do because you have already the application, and you can build here different types of charts. This is a regular chart we have. You can change the chart type. You can customize here the fields dynamically. So this is, if you don't know this application, we have videos inside our channel showing you how to use this application. So you can, if you don't know how to use the chart application, I recommend you here to check out the videos to learn the steps to use this application. So this is what we offer as an application. So you can create automatically here using this application. You have different options, you have different chart types that you can apply, you can customize the themes. So since I guess we did this change within the version 7, before the version 7, we were using another chart library. So we bought this library, and this is a paid library. You pay per user. But when you use the Scriptcase, you don't need to pay because we have an unlimited license that we pay for them, so we can deliver the applications for you guys to create using the Scriptcase. Okay, but we know that the library is bigger than what we offer. We did many implementations now within the version 9. Or for example, this option here for you to customize the themes, it was not possible before the version 9. We had very limited options for you to customize the charts. And now with this implementation, we've opened many parameters for you to customize here within this interface. But we know that we have more stuff that we don't explore inside the library. So that's why we decided to open the library so you can use in the way you need, as just if you learn, of course, how to implement it manually. Okay, so if you need something that you can create with the chart application, you can come here and create with the chart application. If you need something that the chart application does not allow you, then you can go study the library and implement manually. Okay, so basically, of course, we are going to continue implementing stuff to the chart application, because the idea of Scriptcase is always to make you to code less, to create things automatically. So it doesn't mean that we are going to stop implementing stuff for the chart application. Okay, and we have more stuff as well that we want to implement. But the way you do with this library, you can do with other libraries. I know customers that they use different libraries for charts, that they use different libraries for maps. So this is just one way for you to implement stuff. So Gary is asking about Google Maps. I'm going to tell you the difference between this Maps and Google Maps. Okay, we have examples with Google Maps as well, and it's a different type of implementation. You will understand the difference. I'll tell you here and after. So I will close here the chart application. This is just for you to understand that you don't need this library to create charts. Scriptcase offers this application for you to create charts, and the library is just for you to do advanced, like very advanced implementations, or if you need to do something that the application is not able to do. Okay, so I'll go here back to the applications, and I'll open this Maps application. So this example is already there. You just need to import the samples template, as I said before. And here we have two important macros. First, we have the SC-include library, including a file from the libraries. So it means we are calling something to complement this code. So this is just a way for us to organize. So if I need to use this for all the applications, I don't need to write inside the event. So this is just a way Scriptcase organize the stuff. So as you guys know, we have the methods that you can create here. If you need to call a method inside an application, you can use here, just if you need that method just for that single application. If you need that method for more than one application or for more than one project, then you can create as a library. It's better for you to code less and to standardize your coding. So here we are calling this file, this file, and I'll open the application external libraries, and there we can see that we have here Fusion Charts sample. We can edit. This is project level, so you can edit. You just have it when you import a project. So just coming back here quickly to explain you that. You have 3 levels here inside the external library. You have the Scriptcase level. So this is something we send to you, and this is everywhere, every time you create any project. So these samples is where we have some templates for login screen, for menu application. If you go here, view, you will see that we have some templates for login, menu, forms, and we have some libs, for example, Bootstrap, jQuery, and etc. So we send this every time you create any type of project. but we send it not activated. When you activate here the library, it means you are going to include this code to your project. Okay, so everything we send as the script case, you are not able to customize. You need to copy and then customize. Okay, when you create a new library here, you can create as public or as project. So public will be available for all projects you have inside your script case, and project will be available only for this project you are working on. So that's why we have this as a project, because we just send this library when you create the sample. If you create a different project, we are not going to send the library. We are just sending to this project. Okay, so just for you to understand here the different levels. If you create as public, it's going to be available for all projects, as I said before. And we have here the Code.js. We saw, I guess, 2 weeks before, an example with Code.js, and we have a new one now with Fusion Charts. Okay, so I will edit so I can view the code. And we have two files. We have this maps.php and we have the maps.js. So maps.php is where we are doing the database access and where we are creating the, it's not loading, let me load again, and where we are doing the interaction with the database. I guess I lost the session here, let me try. External library. Okay, so we are going through this code here and after, and we have this maps.js, and this is the JavaScript that Fusion Chart gives to me. Okay, so here we are just calling this file, this map.php. Okay, this is the function we have there as well. I'm going to show you. And here is the most important part. This is where we are calling Fusion Chart library. Okay, so this is the new macro we have. We have already the macro as include lib. When I say new macro, is the Fusion Chart. Okay, so let me access here the documentation to show you. Macros. SC include library, lib. Okay, so those are the libs we have inside Scriptcase. So it's not an extend, it's a third-party library, but they are already inside Scriptcase. You don't need to import it. So we have PHP libraries, TC-PDF, FPDF, Excel, and RTF. And we have JavaScript libraries. jQuery, Tickbox, Blog UI, TinyMC, jQuery, Code.js, and now we have Fusion Charts. Okay, so the way you call the libraries, the PHP libraries, is like this. You don't need to open tags, but if you are calling a JavaScript library, then you need to open and close PHP tags, and this is how we are calling. This is similar to Go.js we saw 2 weeks before. So you have here the option to call to use this. That's why we have here the PHP. Okay, so we are calling the library. And now you can do anything you want with this library. Because as I said before, it's already included inside Scriptcase. If you go to Fusion Charts, you can see here the examples, and they have more stuff than what we offer inside Scriptcase chart application. So if you want now to implement something, you can just go here, explore, and bring to your blank application. The FusionMaps, which is the library we are going to see today, it was not included even before, because before we have this macro, we had some customers that they could call the library manually. They used to do different ways to use. Now we are like doing this officially, but before it was able, people was able to do in the same way. But now the difference is that we have this macro, and you guys can do it in an official way. But you had this library inside Scriptcase and you were able to implement before the macro. But the only thing you couldn't do was to use the FusionMaps, because the FusionMaps was not included in the pack we had with them. So we did this upgrade. We have now the FusionMaps, and you can use FusionMaps and Fusion charts inside Scriptcase, let's say for free. Okay, so for the FusionMaps, you have here the examples, and then you can see the application. And what's the difference between FusionMaps and Google? Basically, they do not use zip codes or latitude and longitude. They use an internal coordinate system to plot the points. So this is basically a chart, a geographical chart. Okay, so you can use it to do charts in a map format, basically. So they have here some examples, because when you are using Google Maps, you have a limit for requests. I guess you pay, I don't know the number exactly, but when you get to that limit, you have to pay to Google. So here, if you use this library, you don't have to pay. You just need to have the library. And it's also different from Google, because Google is more for geolocalization. For example, when you need to do something real time, or for example, things that we did in the past here, we did with the heat map, we did with the multiple points. So Google has different APIs for you to work with like real locations. Okay, so this is this type of chart we are seeing here. This is more for you to create charts, but using maps. So this is basically what it is. And as they are saying here, they use different system. They do not use zip codes or latitude and longitude system. They use an internal coordinate system to plot the points. Okay, so let's go back here to the codes for me to explain you. So every example they have here, you go and you can see the codes. They offer the codes here the same way we do with the Go.js. So you can go here and see how to implement the examples. They offer the source code for you, so you can check their examples and implement to your Scriptcase applications. And we did implement one example just to show you how you would do this implementation. So this example is the maps. It's the globe map of sales. So we have here the Salesforce, then we have the countries, and we have one level here. This is the global level, and then we have the country, the region level. Then we have the country level, and we have states. Let me see. Yeah, they did, our developers here, they did this example until the state level. But if you go to Fusion charts, you will see that they have until cities, I guess. Let me see. They have different levels as well. So this is states. Yeah, they have cities. And they have different regions. You have to check here according to your region. So you have here the options. And then you can see what they offer. And you can also suggest, if you need something that they do not offer, you can ask them and they can implement. Like here, for example, in Brazil, we didn't have, we have one state in Brazil that it's kind of new. It called Tocantins, and it has only 10 years, I guess. And they didn't have this state inside the Brazilian map. So we asked them and they've implemented for us. So this is one example. So inside Scriptcase, how we did the implementation. So first we are calling here. This is a simple HTML that we are doing just for this to display the map here. Okay, so you can implement in a different way if you need to have it 100%. We did just the simple HTML here to implement the map. Okay, this is not iframe, it's a simple HTML. And then we are doing the implementation here for the database. As you can see inside this sample application, we have a database. Let me access here the database builder. Okay, so we have implemented new tables here for countries. We are using the one for country, customer, country, region, and let me see what else. Yeah, I guess only country, region we didn't have before. Okay, so here what we are doing is accessing this database so we can have the data, real data inside the maps. And then we are using regular selects. Let me see if there is a macro here. No, just selecting the information. And then we are doing the drill down. Inside Scriptcase, we do the drill down automatically. But then, as you can see here, if you want to have the drill down, you will have to do using here PHP. And then we are calling the function. And this function is coming from, let me open the other file. From this, as you can see here, Fusion charts, and then you have the function from Fusion charts. And then we organize here everything. And this here is just the back button. And then here you will organize your coding according to your database and according to your example. Okay, for this example we've implemented, they have also this heat map. This is similar to the one we saw on Google. So as you can see here, the component, the slide. So if you change here, they change the color because they are using this to measure this is like a heat map that you can implement as well. And it's just an example of implementation with this FusionMaps library. You can go here and check different examples and bring to your application. So it can be sales or different offices, or it depends on what you need. Inside regarding translation, we are using here lengths from Scriptcase, so you can use this as well, like for the title, subtitle. So instead of writing the content, we use lengths, and we need to open here the PHP and close the PHP. This is because lengths are PHP, and then when you have JavaScript, you cannot use lengths. So that's why we mix here. We open PHP tags and we close PHP tags because we are adding here the lengths from Scriptcase. So since you cannot do lengths inside JavaScript, so to call the lengths variable from Scriptcase, you need to open and close PHP tags. And they use also JSON. So as you can see here, they're calling the JSON, and here they're calling the function that we have inside the PHP file. Is there a layer for roads, cities, etc.? No, I guess no. I guess they go, because as I said, this is just a chart in map, basically. It's not like Google that you have this precision for roads and streets. No, they don't have. I guess they go until neighborhoods maximum, but not, as they said before, they do not use this precision. Because then if you need to work with streets and this type of precision, you have to work with Google Maps, with Google APIs. I guess this type of map, as we did here with this chart, for example, chart of sales, instead of showing here in bars or pie chart or any other type of chart, you can show using a map. So you can display different sales according to the cities or according to the regions. This is more for this type of implementation. If you need precision, I guess you have to go to Google or any other chart library. Remember that if you need to import an external library, you can do as well using here the external library. You can import and use inside Scriptcase normally. Yeah, Google can get expensive depending on the amount of users that you have for your system. Then Ellie is saying that he uses. Do you use Bing Maps API? I don't know Bing Maps, and I never saw any customer using with Scriptcase within a Scriptcase. Yeah, then it could be a way as well. It could be Camilo is asking if the bars are made with Fusion charts. Yes, all the charts we do within the chart application, we use Fusion charts from behind to create this application. So they are all from Fusion charts. So the difference is that here we do the application for you, so you don't need to play with the codes. If you decide to play with the codes, then you need to study the library and bring to Scriptcase. But using the chart application, of course, it's a lot of easy. Okay. Yeah, and the difference is that now you have this library unlocked. So you have the macro, then you can use if you need to do any other implementation, you can go here, check within the examples. Let me show you one thing that we don't have and I find very interesting. Let me see if I find this. We have the export options we have as well. I guess it's here. Okay, this option, for example, you can get one piece of the chart and analyze, and they do like a zoom within the chart. So interactive zoning and scrolling. So this is something they have and we don't have inside our chart application. Can you see here I think this option is very interesting, and we still don't have it implemented inside chart application. So this is something you could do using the library. So you would have to go here, study a little bit the coding. So this, for example, for this example we did for the maps, we are using JSON. So you would have to copy and do in the way we did here. We've created the libraries, one library for the JSON and the other one for the database. And then we call inside here. You could do everything inside the blank application as well, but we do in this way just to organize the code so we could use the same inside all the applications if needed. Joseph is saying that he's using PostgreSQL to store. Yeah, you can. It doesn't matter. You can use any. And just again, saying again, it doesn't use latitude and longitude, so it's an internal system. But if you need to get geolocalization, it's not possible with this library. Okay, so for Google APIs, we have some examples. If you go here, we have, let me see. the one for heat maps, Google Maps heat map. Okay, we have this one that is for the multiple markers, and this is basically you integrating also with the blank application, importing the library, and Google also provides all the documentation, so it's possible to do. You have here two examples of this kind of implementation, so you can see to have a hint on how to start. Yeah, I'll try to do more examples with Google because it's always very nice, but it's possible to do, yes. Fred is asking what field used in the database. Because you are you don't need to have, for example, as I said, latitude and longitude, and then we are just using, let me open here the database to show you. So let me see what table they are accessing. So here, customers, what else? They are using more than one table. Customers, country, let me see here. Yeah, I guess this country and country region. Okay, let's open here. Country. So here inside country they have ISO name, printable name, ISO tree. Let me see the data. FS map, FS ID. So this is what we have inside the country table, and there is another table. Let me see. Country region. So inside country region we have region ID, chart label, and FS map. Yeah, so this is, we are sending these tables already also inside the samples project, so you can also copy. But this is what the tables we are using here according to this, to the select. Let me see if I'm missing another table. Yeah, there states. So we are using also states, state ID, state name, country ID, and FS ID. Yeah, country, customers, and country region. Yeah, so those are the tables. Okay. Once you import the samples template, you have also the table, so you can copy if needed. Jamie is asking me to go back to the country table. Country. Okay, here. Do we need to pay the license for Fusion charts as on their website? No. As I said before, since we have this license, this is an unlimited license for Scriptcase. We are offering for free for you to use inside Scriptcase, so you don't need to pay the license. So this is what we, this is the best thing. This is a paid library that we are offering you for free inside Scriptcase. So that's why we offer inside the chart application, and we are now unlocking through this macro. So you just using this macro, you can call and use the library. Yeah, try to import again. You can, and then you can see. Okay, let me type here my email address if you guys have for the questions, and I want to show you also the new options. So my email address is marsha@scriptcase.net. Okay.